Hello and welcome back to Beyond the Deals podcast. I'm your host, Gabrielle Simmons. Today's episode is sponsored by Builders Outlet. Check out Builders Outlet here in Denver, Colorado by going to buildersoutletco.com. They are your go-to for windows, cabinets, doors, and trim. And I am here today with Karina Holguin with Thrivent, which is a large company, right? And so I'm very pleased that this big company that you guys have, that you were able to find us and come connect with us at one of our recent events. So welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gabrielle. I'm so happy to be here. I'm excited.
Yes, Thank you. How did you guys find us is my first question, because you popped up like, let's do this. We're going to be one of the sponsors for this event. And we're very excited about it seems. So I'd love to know how you found us.
Great question. Actually, my brother sent the link to me.
Nice.
But my brother works at KeyBank.
Okay.
So he's just been kind of a support with events and connections. And so I opened it. I was like, this seems like a great opportunity. I work with a lot of small business owners and regular business owners. Mm-hmm. And so I signed up. Yeah, I did it and I loved it.
Yeah.
Now we're here.
Good. Mm-hmm. Good. Tell us more about you and what you do at Thrivent.
Yeah, so a little bit about Thrivent. We are a financial services company. So if you've ever heard of Fidelity or Schwab, we do everything that they do in terms of investments.
Okay.
But we're actually set up as a not-for-profit.
Oh.
So it's a little interesting.
Yeah.
We're owned by our members and not our not shareholders. Mm-hmm. So what I like about that is not only do we do investments, but we do insurance, so protecting people's lives.
Yeah.
All of that. Mm-hmm. And then we also do just planning on retirement, estate planning, tax strategies. So
all of it under one roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun.
Wow. And what areas do you guys serve? You are nationwide, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so what is your specialty within this community?
Yeah. So I'm building my own practice. So I'm backed by Thrivent, which is awesome. I serve Denver area, Aurora, but I have gone all the way to Wyoming.
Nice.
I'm also licensed in California, Texas, and New York. So
sweet.
Anybody out there as well. But pretty much anywhere in Colorado. And we're nationwide.
And you can write policies in any of those states that you're licensed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Correct. And give advice.
Yeah. And what do you have like a specialty within the different types of products that you guys offer? Do you have a specialty or a preferred, like life insurance or retirement? What do you like to focus on the most?
That's a great question. So for me, I think right now it's just helping people set up their lives. Mm-hmm. So whatever they're missing or whatever gap I can help fill, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And because that looks different for everybody, it's not usually common to have kind of a streamlined focus yet. Mm-hmm. Just because I am early on in the business. So maybe later on I'll kind of focus on one thing. But right now I'm doing everything.
Doing it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that way you can learn more of like what you like best and where you perform best, right?
Yeah.
Because ultimately there's typically a correlation for us between what we enjoy doing the most and how good we are at it. So we start out doing everything maybe just to get our feet wet and then find what we're passionate about the most. And I look forward to that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. In your journey. Do you have any like specific stories of clients that, you or they have walked away from putting together a plan that seemed very beneficial or life-changing to some degree that you would like to share with us?
Yeah. So actually early on, anyone starting their business or practice is always going to reach out to friends and family first. Mm-hmm. So I remember one of the first people that I reached out to was my cousin. Mm-hmm. And he, we did the appointment, we did the planning, and I just remember distinctively the last meeting, we implemented all the recommendations. Mm-hmm. And then it just felt like one of the most fulfilling things, not only because I helped a family member.
Yeah.
And he's younger, so he's like 24, right? 25, just starting out life, you know? But he gave me a referral.
Nice.
Which on the business side, referrals are great, you know?
Yep.
And then from that referral, another referral came. And it just also felt kind of like a catalyst of this is why I do it.
Yeah.
You know, of your future in 30 years, 40 years looks different now because we talked about these things.
Yes.
And so it was just even more fulfilling because it was family too.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think after that, I was like, I like what I do. I do help people.
Yeah.
This does have an impact. So I just kept going from there.
I love that. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah. And through that, right, like you're, like you said, you're getting the opportunity to affect the lives of folks 30 years down the line, you know, and that's huge. And even like thinking about today, and that especially for people in our generation and younger, we don't think about today even as much as we should, but especially not 30 years from now, 40 years from now.
Yeah.
What would you say is like, in my experience, I found a lot of people think that they shouldn't even be going into these conversations with you. And they're like, oh, I don't have money like that. You know, I don't own a bunch of houses. What would you say to people who have that mindset?
You know, it's actually a question I get a lot because since I'm on the younger side, I have worked with a lot of younger people. And I think when you hear the word financial advisor, you say exactly what you said. I don't have money to work with a financial advisor.
Right.
So I've kind of switched that mindset and I say, I'm more like a money therapist.
Ooh.
So you have money.
Yeah.
You have questions.
Yeah.
That's what I help answer. So the biggest thing that I'll say for younger people is you have the most advantage at that point because you have 30-year runway, 40-year runway, not only for retirement,
right,
but for your goals, for your first home, for, you know, eventually your marriage or whatever goals that's what we plan around.
Right.
So really you have kind of the key to get a head start on it is you have more time than anyone else. Sometimes I say, you know, I can have somebody that's 60 years old come into my office and no retirement savings. They would have wished that they came back at 20, 21, 22 and said, Karina, help me.
All right. So, yeah.
And
even then it's not too late either if you're in your 60s or 70s. But it definitely helps the sooner we get started.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I love that. Money therapist. And that does change the tone, right? Because, when I hear financial advisor too, I'm like, oh, if you got, you know, hundreds of thousands in a bank account and you just want something to park in some safe investment. That's what I think of when I hear financial advisor. But money therapist is like, oh, we all could actually use a money therapist.
I'm telling you.
Because we need to understand, you know, it better.
Yeah.
And you just using that phrase changes the whole game. I love it.
Yeah, it's important. It really is. And I think the stigma around it, you know, you can open an account with me for as little as $50. Nice. You don't need $1 million. You don't need, you know. So it's things like that. Or even I tell my friends too, I'm like, use me as a sounding board. Like, do you want to know what a Roth is? Or the difference between a 401k? Like, I can just tell you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. We can talk about it like we're talking about recipes for cooking dinner.
Literally, you know, I can girl math it for sure, right? And that helps too. So
I love that. Tell us how you got into this, like, and what did you do prior to becoming a money therapist?
Yeah. So I went to CSU, go Rams.
Yeah.
I got my degree in business administration and finance.
Wow.
And then, so thank you. First generation.
Yeah.
But the last 2 years of my college and then the full year after that, I was in insurance. So I was fully licensed. I was kind of stuck in a place where I didn't see any growth. I wasn't using my degree, which I just worked 4 years for.
Right.
And I said, I need to change. I need to grow. I feel like there's something else out there for me. why don't I just try to go find a finance job? And so I moved back home to Aurora. And then I remember it was like November, December, just putting in applications as much as I could. And then I found myself at Thrivent. And I was like, you know what? Let's just try.
Yeah.
Let's just try. The job market's super competitive. If this doesn't work out, it's fine. And then I ended up here.
Yeah.
So luckily I like it. And that's the one question that I ask myself is, do I like what I do? And I do.
Good.
So that's why I'm still here.
Yeah. And so when you were doing insurance, was it your own company as well? Like you were?
I was under an agent.
Okay.
So I was essentially doing everything under the sun, but not earning commission.
Oh.
So that was like burnout.
Right.
So I loved it. I love to work, but I want to be able to grow.
Yeah.
And I think I would have just kind of dug myself into the ground if I stayed. So yeah,
that's what got you here. And that's a very interesting story too, because I feel like there's some, it's very unilateral, right? Like being in the insurance space and then coming here. You still do insurance, you do life insurance, but you get to help people in a bigger way.
Absolutely. The impact is a lot different. My clients are my clients now. And because we're set up as a not-for-profit, Thrivent actually gives our members, so let's say you're a member, Thrivent gives you $500 a year to go help your community.
Nice.
Quite literally a Visa gift card.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because at the end of the year, I'm like, okay, these are the clients that I've accumulated, right?
Yeah.
We all get together, we put that money together, and you can just imagine the impact that has. Or we've had clients do their own like action teams, and it's just awesome. I think that's also rewarding because there's companies that it's great. They give big checks to hospitals or whatever they're passionate on.
Right.
But I think the ability to give that power to the client is super different.
Yeah.
And so I love that.
And it's like rewarding them for moving forward in their financial future and rewarding them with finances, literally with something that can be impactful to them or to others. That's really beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that.
Love it.
Yeah. What are your goals within Thrivent, right? Within what you do, and then also what are your goals in getting more incorporated into real estate deal makers?
Yeah, great question. I think so. My biggest goal is growing my business. I was just talking to Brandon about how your first year, second year is probably the hardest time for any business owner, whether you're starting your own practice or starting your own business.
Right.
And so right now, that's my biggest goal is just to grow it as much as I can, to be in spaces that, expose me to business owners in general.
Yeah.
Because that's the second leg to the goal is helping my underserved community.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm bilingual. And so there's not a lot of bilingual financial advisors out there. And so I think our community is great at saving.
Yeah.
Our community is great at being hard workers.
Yeah.
But in order to have more of an impact and a generational impact at that, we need to understand what opportunities there are to not only grow our money, but protect it and transfer it to our kids.
Yes.
And not only kids, but just continuing our legacy.
Yeah.
So that is really why I get up every single morning. And I think with you guys, you have, a lot of connections in that space. And so that's kind of why I was drawn to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of other businesses that I can see collaborating with you and bringing you in are educators who come in and teach classes on different real estate subjects. I could see, lots of correlation between what they're doing, what they're teaching. And then, of course, hey, we all want to be investors. We all want to have more money, right? And we want to be able to put our money to good use. With that too, though, understanding the strategy behind further growing that money, protecting that money, and how to leave a legacy. Like they really go together more than I think a lot of us in the real estate space really acknowledge. the two, like real estate, growing, building a portfolio, getting passive income, or being a badass fix and flipper
Yeah.
goes hand in hand with having a great money therapist
Literally.
who can keep our wealth protected. I mean, I personally, I've had the opportunity to sit down with one other financial strategist, and in just having conversations about like how to protect our wealth and what we're building in real estate, I almost came to tears because I'm like, man, all of these things, I'm doing the things. I'm buying rental properties. I'm creating cash flow, right? And all that's great, but it can't really be sustainable. It can't really be protected. And it can't create generational wealth if I don't utilize the tools that you guys know and understand to do so. You know? And then I faced that like firsthand, going through bankruptcy and realizing like, oh shoot, like had I understood more about trusts,
Right.
that in itself, had I understood more about utilizing an IUL, safeguarding a lot of the capital that I was earning, you know, from these properties, safeguarding it through an IUL. It doesn't have to be forfeited, you know, in these worst case scenarios that sometimes happen in life. Yeah. So I look forward to bringing you into the community more. Integrating your knowledge and in your unique way, right? Because that's the thing that I love about this space is we can connect people with people that they like and they want to be around. You know, there's a lot of financial strategists out there, financial advisors. There's a ton. There's a lot of realtors out there, right? But your unique way, your personality, your experience in life.
Oh, yeah.
What drives you, your passions. That's what makes people want to work with you. You know, and I love that you're so different from the average financial strategist that we come across.
Thank you for seeing that. I think it's important. And so I think people, they don't know what they don't know. You know? And if I can bridge that gap, I'm happy to do it because it helps them at the end of the day. And I think this business is one where it's not transactional. So if I'm going to work with somebody, the goal is we're in this for the long run, right? I'm here to carry you through your financial situation right now. You know, I had a client actually text me the other day, and we're not super close, but the fact that she thought of me in this moment, I was like, it was so rewarding. But she texted me a picture and she was like, it happened and she got proposed to. And I was like, yeah. So now we're bringing her fiance into conversations. And I think that's what it's about, right? And then future planning for just the walks of life. And you can't do that with somebody that you don't like.
You're right.
Quite frankly.
Right.
So it goes both ways, right? I really build connections with the people that I work with because I care. So you want to
build that long-term relationship.
Absolutely.
And
it comes natural once you, I say I'm in the business of seeing people, not just talking to people, but seeing them. Because if you don't understand where they're coming from, you can never assess their needs.
Right.
Correctly, at least.
Right.
And so I think that's a big part of it. Because whatever I'm going to tell you that can better your life, you know, you're not going to implement it if you don't trust that I'm coming from a great place.
Right. That you're coming with their best interest
absolutely
at heart because you see them, you hear them, they know that their needs are being spoken to because their needs are unique.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's beautiful. I love your way.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yes. So if our listeners want to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to reach out? You can share your phone, whatever you're comfortable with, you can share.
Yeah. So my phone number is 720-839-1861. If you prefer email, I check it every single day, every morning. So it's karina.holguin@thrivent.com. So karina.holguin@thrivent.com.
Socials.
I am. I'm trying to kickstart more content on Facebook and Instagram. So if you email me at the bottom, it'll have my link to all my socials.
Okay.
So,
Great.
yeah. But LinkedIn is where I'm most active right now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sweet. Yeah, we need to get more active on LinkedIn because it seems to be the place.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to get better at it myself. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, anything else you'd like to share with us? I'm very grateful to have you here with us today, and I'm sure that our listeners will get an opportunity to learn something, take some gems out of what we shared today. But anything else you'd like to share?
I mean, I think it's important to know that I do free consultations all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost anything to meet with me. Actually, the first meeting is like a first date. So really getting to know each other and seeing if I can help. So if that is something that, I can answer any questions or be of any help, then I'm happy to do that.
Awesome. And that is a huge offer because, I'm sure that there are tools that you're able to offer even in that initial free consultation that in itself could be impactful for those who meet with you.
Absolutely.
So thank you for offering that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you again, Karina.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are checking out this episode, be sure to connect with her and just ask your questions. And I think that's it for now. Thank you guys. Till next time.